One of the most frequently asked questions that I get from my fellow consultants are, what are the best way to get freelance consulting clients, especially those who are actually just starting out? You see, first thing first, I would like to highlight here that, whatever I'm actually sharing here are not meant for those who are not specialized in something. Like, for example, some of the coaches out there would say that you don't really need to be an expert in something. You just need to come in and enroll into something or whatever you learn from my program, and you can actually become a consultant right away. In my opinion, it doesn't work that way, because if you do not have an expertise, if you have not been doing something for a while, it's very difficult to be a consultant, because you are actually dealing with clients who have very high level of like knowledge demand and all that. So I would actually want to get this off the hook right away. So if you are an expert and you're already specializing in something for years now, you are ready to take the leap and you want to do this for your own, you want to become a freelance consultant, I would like to share with you a few of my best ways to get my freelance consulting clients so that you can actually start right away. So first thing first, in fact, when I first started out to become a freelance consultant, it was actually my friends and my circle of friends or my contacts that actually gotten me the first batch of clients. What I did was I actually reached out to some of those people who have influences, and those people who actually kind of know people that might need my services. I reach out to them and I say that, look, this is what I'm actually doing right now. You don't really need to do kind of like meetings and all this kind of thing. In fact, nowadays, you can just send out a WhatsApp message, or one of the things that I kind of find it quite interesting, some of my consultant friends did that, was they actually record a video for those friends that they want to tell. They want to kind of like inform about what they do right now. They recorded a video and share that, hey, Jason, this is what I just want to reach out to you and say that, hi, it's been a while. I just want to let you know that I actually started this gig, and I'm actually taking a leap to become a consultant right now. I've been doing this for a while. If you have anyone who come across that probably need my services, please let me know, and appreciate that. So that's the first thing, which is the easiest way. Immediately, you can actually have the whole circle talks about you. And it's also a very good opportunity for you to connect with your friends, and especially nowadays with all the technology help and all that. You don't really need to do a lot of meetings and all, and you can actually do it at scale. Every day, I think you can actually send message to tens of people, and that can actually help get the word out very easily. So that's the first part. Now, if you already have a list of, like emails that you have been working on, like for example, the second way I used to launch my consulting gig was because prior to my consulting program, prior to me launching myself as a freelance consultant, I was actually in training and I was running an agency as well, because that's how I actually did all this Facebook advertising for the longest time. So I've got a bunch of clients that has been working with me for years, and a bunch of students who have learned from me on Facebook advertising for a while. So, the second way that really worked well for me as a start was I actually sent emails to my existing email subscribers to inform them. But you do not do just informing. So when it comes to email marketing, if you have a list, I would actually strongly recommend that you craft an email marketing strategy for yourself. Like, for example, what I did was, because I post content on my YouTube channel, so YouTube content means something that I can actually talk about. So every week I will send out 1 to 2 emails, either sharing about my recent encounters with my clients and cases and all that. I also inform them that, hey, I actually posted this video on my YouTube channel. You might find it interesting. And yeah, I just want to reach out. And if you need help on this thing, on Facebook advertising, if you need somebody to actually optimize a campaign, feel free to reach out. So those are the simple things that you can do. You might not see as in like instant result coming in right away, but I guarantee you, if you do this continuously for weeks or months, in fact, it actually will start seeing some uptick. Like for now, whenever I send email, my open rate is somewhere about like 30 to 40%, which is quite decent for an amount of subscribers we have, which is not very much. It's about like 3 to 4,000, but 30% open rate is actually quite something. So that's something that you can actually try. So that's the second way, if you already have email links that you can work on. Now, the third way is actually one of the most effective way, which is you do active outreach. Now, when you are crafting your freelance consulting offer, I would always recommend that you craft your offer with somebody in mind, and that somebody must be a person that you know that, when you craft out this offer, he or she will take up the offer right away. So once you have crafted this offer, you always have this a few people that, like kind of like the persona that you want to sell this consulting offer to. Once you are done, okay, you can actively reach out to these people and say that, hey, can I actually have an appointment with you? Because I understand you run Facebook ads, and I recently started this online optimization program. So I would like to see if we are interested and we are, like good fit to work together. Yeah, so that's a very quick start. And in fact, it worked. When it comes to outreach like this, because these are the people that that they need your expertise. It could be your ex-client, it could be your, whoever that you have worked with before. So this kind of outreach can be very, very impactful in order to get you, like really, really, really good clients as a start. And you can always do something as an offer and say that I can actually give you a very special rate for now. And in exchange for some testimonial, if you're totally new, if you need some testimonial, this is really something that you can do. And when it comes to building testimonial, I actually did not do this earlier. I was doing it on my my Facebook page, but I would recommend that you probably can start building a Trustpilot page. Yeah, and then every time you have a client, whenever you come to a point where they feel good about your services already, please get them to actually, like share something on the Trustpilot. That will help you in the long run, and it's very powerful. So yeah, there's a little tips over here. So active outreach is really something that really worth trying. Yeah, and of course, on top of that, I always recommend that you find a place to build your content and your personal brand, because when it comes to freelance consulting, we are actually building ourselves as a brand. So I've seen people doing very well with Instagram posting. It really depends on what kind of consulting that you are building right now. Like one of my friend who is a freelance fitness coach. So when it comes to fitness coaching, Instagram become a very good place for him to build his portfolio. But for me, because I do a lot more B2B, so these business owners and the decision makers, they are usually not so much on social media. And I use YouTube as my platform. So I've been building my YouTube content since 2020. And that, YouTube itself has become my top and leading lead generation platform for myself. I mean, I will talk more about YouTube in the future videos, but then again, that's what I am actually getting right now. And some of my friends find LinkedIn really powerful, because he actually gets a lot of good contact from there. And the way, I mean, when he was posting content and all that, he get a lot of kind of like connection coming back. So this is really something that you have to think about. As a freelance consultant, this is something that we have to commit and do. Marketing is really something that we cannot miss. So you may not get right away like clients coming in flocking to your way, but the consistency of building it actually takes you in the long run. Like, I've been building YouTube and actually see very consistent leads coming in on my YouTube channel and all that, and it's really working well for myself. So you have to find a place and you have to be consistent in building the content. I always say it's really the marketing that takes you far, and marketing is something that you are committed and you have to do it consistently for a long run. So that's really something. So be it SEO, YouTube, if you do good at that, if you're good at writing, then keep writing a blog and all this kind of thing. Just keep building your content consistently, continuously. And then of course, the most important thing here is, before we actually kind of like conclude, I mean, these are all the free ways to actually get clients. Of course, on top of that, you can always run ads, but I would not recommend until you see a very good framework that is built up for you. Then you can actually use advertisement to get, like more new people into your work. But it really depends. Okay, so because in some cases, for some consulting clients and all that, you probably need to build trust for the long run. So the client acquisition process may not be as straightforward. And of course, the most important thing is you need to learn how to actually craft an offer that works well for you yourself and your client. Like for example, back then I built a lot of offer, like back then when I was doing coaching program and I was building all this offer, and now I've perfected my offer to where it is right now, that actually makes me, I mean, first thing first, you have to be happy doing the job, so in return, you have to be compensated fairly for your value, right? So creating an offer is really an art in a way, and a science as well. So first thing first, how do you really sense and understand your audience need, and you craft the offer in a way that makes it very, very appealing to them, and they will take up the offer. And on top of that, how do you price the offer? And eventually the offer itself is just one thing. How do you market the offer? What are the things that you can do in order to build up to the offer itself? Like for example, I actually have an offer to help Facebook advertisers to optimize their Facebook ads campaign. And that's a monthly subscription offer. So the way I position it is, it's not an agency service. It's not a coaching service. It's more like a done with you service, but I actually take an upper level, as in I'm actually coaching the client, advising the client on what to do it with them, alongside with them. And then of course, this is kind of like a long-term thing. So in order to come to that level, the trust building is actually very essential. So what I needed to do is I need to actually build up a few things before I warm the audience up to that level. So this offer is really not something that I sell out there. It's really something that I would only offer to people who needs it. So before that, I actually crafted a few different offers, which is like, for example, if you actually check out my Fiverr, I have all these low ticket offer, like $50 to talk to me for 30 minutes and stuff like that. So these are all the offers that warm my audiences up towards, like, to be ready to take up, the ultimate offer, which can be $1,000+ per month kind of subscription. So it's really not something that everybody would take. So the whole journey of building a freelance consulting business can be quite daunting, especially if you're new. So if you need help, just in case, if you're, ready to start your freelance consulting business, or you're already freelance consulting and you want to take your business to the next level by building a system that consistently get you, like inflow of prospects and clients, and actually build your business for long term. Is there anything that you can actually perfect in terms of your overall marketing, so-called exercises? Is there anything that we can actually do to make it better? If you need help looking into your entire marketing and give you recommendations on what you can do next, I would actually recommend that you take up this offer. This is a Fiverr gig. You scan this QR code, it will take you to my Fiverr gig. And now all you need to do is buy me a dinner, and we can actually spend 30 minutes together over Zoom. And in the Zoom discussion, you can share screen, you can look at your ads, you can look at your YouTube channel, if you're doing YouTube channel, anything. We can discuss anything about freelance marketing, on how to take your freelance consulting business to the next level. So I hope you find this video useful. And if you need help, feel free to scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you soon.